All right, so we have a breaker block, okay, or you can call it an order block. All right, but I'm gonna show you guys something cool and how you can anticipate if this PD, like all majority of the time, it's gonna work. Like I'm telling you, like this is going to work if you look for this. Okay, so say if you're bullish, right, and you think it's probably gonna come into this gray box, which is that bearish fair value gap, right? So what you want to look for, there's a couple more things you can look for: a market structure shift, right, which happened. You can see it here. Some people they took it off this fair value gap right here, right? But I'm gonna show you guys something fucking crazy, bro. I'm gonna show you crazy. I'm gonna show you something crazy. This is a busy. All right. So really, what a lot of people don't do, especially when they're trading, they don't use other pairs. They don't use other pairs to like identify if it's gonna work or not. And I'm gonna show you so many examples. You're gonna be like, bro, this is the fucking holy grail. All right. So I'm just get on with it. So I'm gonna zoom in and go on a lower time frame. Actually, I don't need to. So I'm gonna pull up another chart. Okay, so don't get confused. It's okay, right? So this middle chart is gonna be the dollar. It's gonna be the dollar index. So you see how every single time dollar goes up, the other pairs go down, right? Now I'm gonna bring up GBP USD and don't get scared. Just trust me, don't get scared. So EU and GU, they're supposed to be correlated with each other. Okay, they're supposed to be correlated with each other, right? But sometimes in PD arrays, like they don't respect each other. And this is how you know if smart money is going to be literally in the trade. So as we're approaching this order block, which is the same order block on GU on the bottom, right? Which is right here. Okay. So I want to see if you guys notice something between this high, right? The middle chart is going to be dollar. The top is going to be euro dollar. And then the bottom is going to be GBP USD. Okay. So in this order block, okay, there's something specific I want you guys to look for. If dollar is going to be making a lower low, right, there should be a higher high. Okay, there should be a higher high there. But as we're coming down, we made a lower low in euro dollar, right? So we got a low, low, right? And if we're making a lower low, that means we should be making a higher high. So a high and a high, right? Specifically, this has to happen in a PD array, which is like an order block fair value gap, right? But it almost happens every single time. This is how you know it's going to hold. So we have a low, low, high, high, but on GBP USD, right, we have a low and a lower low. Now, if you start to match it up with the other PD arrays, you can see that GU already took the sell stops, right? And EU is showing support. So we have a low and a higher low right here, and then on GU we have a low and another low, right? And dollars already correlating with GU, right? So we know that smart money is in this play. I'm gonna show you guys so many examples of this, and you're gonna be like, bro, this is crazy, right? So I'm gonna move on to another example, and I'm gonna show you a little schematic on how it's supposed to look. So I'm gonna bring up a little text chat. It's gonna be Dixie, and then this is gonna be, it can be any pair. But I don't want you guys to like start with GBP USD and Euro USD and dollar. I want you guys to start with the dollar, and I want you guys to start with euro dollar, okay? Because this is like the easiest way. Then if you move, like, the more you start to study it, you can start using the other pairs, okay? So if you're in a PD array, right? Say if this is a support level, right? And then this is a support level, right? Because they should be cross-correlated, negatively correlated, right? So if dollar is going to be making a higher high, say if this is a order block. Say if this is an order block, right? And we hit the order block on the dollar. And then on euro dollar, we hit the order block again, okay? So this is correlated, right? This is correlated. But when we hit the order block on euro dollar, because that's the pair that we're going to be trading, sometimes it'll create a higher low, right? And this is how you know if that low is going to be protected. Trust me, I'm gonna show you guys so many examples. It's gonna be like, what the fuck? And it's been in front of your faces all the time, right? So dollar, it hit the order block, and euro dollar, it hit the order block, but it created a higher low, right? So let me show you an example on how today I didn't catch it. Okay, this is cherry picking. I will say that this is hindsight. Okay, but I'm just trying to show you guys a signature on like how you can anticipate this and how you know if that higher low is going to be taken, right? So this gray box is going to be a daily fair value gap, right? So you see how on euro dollar on the top we have a high and a higher high, right? And then the bottom chart is going to be dollar. So if we're making a high and a higher high on euro dollar, what should we be doing on dollar? I want somebody to answer. So if we're making a higher high on euro dollar, what should we be doing on dollar? What should we be doing? Somebody answer with their voice. And I'm gonna upload this.
Low.
Okay, lower low. And what did dollar do? It didn't create a lower low. But where did it create a low? I mean, why did it do that? It's because we're in a PD array, right? So I'm gonna show you guys another example right here. So say if you was taking the silver bullet today. Say if you was taking the silver bullet today. No, this is the one with GU, right? This is gonna get a little bit complicated, but I'm gonna show you the one with GU. So the top is gonna be euro dollar, right? And the bottom is gonna be GBP USD. So they are supposed to be correlated with each other because they're both against the dollar, so they should be with each other. But in this scenario, right? This is your silver bullet. I think it is. No, it's not. Never mind. I'm capping. So on euro dollar, we created the higher high, right? We created that higher high. But on GBP USD, we didn't create the higher high. And I'm gonna show you guys where I think the draw was. We was just tape reading this. There was this orange box is going to be a volume imbalance. That's where I think the draw was. And on GBP, I think it was the same area. I just didn't mark it out. But you can see before we even got there, we can see like it got there with speed because of this, right? So this is how you know these highs and lows are going to get they're going to be protected. Let's see if we can find one in live price. Let me bring up the dollar. Like you can see one right now, right? So we didn't even take this high on dollar. The middle chart is going to be dollar. I'm going to put this one away. So you see how on dollar we didn't take this high, right? And if we didn't take a high, and we're looking on euro dollar, we should be not taking that low, but we did. We took that low. So there is some smart money in this right now. There's some smart money in this right now, right? I'm not saying you should just take it, right? You have to look for signatures to give you a confirmation on why price should go in that direction. And if we go on the 1 minute, I'm gonna show you. There's already an S&T, like there's a fat S&T. Am I saying it's gonna hold? No. You would probably wait for a market structure shift, and then that's when you know it's probably gonna hold because you know that smart money's in this play, right? So we're making lower lows, but we're not making higher highs, right? So I'm not saying that euro dollar is gonna go up after this. Obviously, you'll look for signatures. But I'm just showing you where turning points happen when this starts to occur. So I'm gonna show you guys one more example, and then I'm gonna basically, let you guys study it. And I'm gonna show you guys on how to study it too. I'm gonna show you guys on how to study it. I'm gonna show you. Let's go. This is a perfect example. All right, so on euro dollar we have this right here. I'm just gonna focus on this. And then that means we should be focusing on damn, I can't grab the box. We're gonna focus on this, right? So on euro dollar, we created a lower low. Okay? Created a lower low. What should we be creating on dollar?
Higher high.
Higher high,
Lower
exactly.
high.
Exactly. So I believe this is I think this is an imbalance, or maybe it was a mitigation. I think we were just, still at midpoint of this fair value gap. I think that's where that was happening. But yeah, it was midpoint of that fair value gap. So we created that lower low, right? And then we did not create that higher high, right? So, and what happened after that, right? Obviously, you look for some signature, but that's how you know that this low is probably going to be protected, right? I think GU, I'm not sure if it was correlated with it as well. It wasn't actually. So say if you miss euro dollar, right? I'm not saying you should. It's not financial advice or anything, but say if you missed it in EU, right? And you see that EU's exploding, and you know that order flow is bullish. Why not just take GU, right? You have a shift. You can just take it off the shift. You can take it off an order block. You can take it off a breaker, right? So if you miss this, I'm not saying you should just go to GU and take the trade, but obviously you would look for signatures because GU did the same thing. It didn't create that lower low. The top is EU, and then GU, it didn't, right? It created a lower high. I mean, a higher low, right? So for like your homework and your guys' homework, I want you to go to every single turning point. Even this one right here, before we dropped, there was an SMT right here. High, and we didn't create that higher high. I'm gonna show you right here. Remember, the bottom's GU and the top is EU. So we have one right here. We have we took out that buy stop. So we have a high and a higher high, right? And then on EU, I mean on GU, we didn't do that, right? So we know that these highs are going to be basically protected until we hit something, which is this midpoint of the daily fair value gap, and that's when we started to expand. So your guys' homework for like today, I want you to study every single swing point. So like every time it makes a turning point, study to see if there's SMT, right? You're not gonna get it if you don't practice it. I'm telling you, you're not, because I did that. I tried to use it without context, right? These happen in PD arrays. So if you have a breaker or order block, that's where they're gonna form, right? Well, be safe. Talk to you soon.